what's up guys, I'm back here with another video. I know it's been a while, it's been like a month since my last upload and I'm sorry about that. I just had a lot of stuff like come up. I had a lot of things that I had to take care of before I could start my grind on YouTube again. And I'm back here with Red Kayn buffs. I'm going to be showing you guys two builds that I'm currently running that I think are the most solid builds for Red Kayn at the moment. I think the Red Kayn buffs helped Kayn a bit, helped Red Kayn be a little bit more playable and feels a lot better, to be honest, in the jungle. I definitely feel the Q buff. I'll put it here on the screen. They buffed the Q by 1% and it feels really good, but they gave him a couple buffs prior to that. They gave him some more healing buffs and some lifesteal buffs, obviously, with his passive and stuff. They made it so that he gets more healing with HP, so which that was a pretty good change. But yeah, let's get right into the video. It's Rek'Sai support, which is kind of weird. I've never really seen a Rek'Sai support. And he started sweeper and he cleared the ward. That's really weird. He's gonna try to mess with me here, but this should be free for me. I just smite it here and then we can just run him down. Even if he flashes, we kill him still. It's pretty much just trolling. Should be a pretty free first blood. Nice. Alright, so with the clear, I typically do Raptors, Krugs into red, Wolves into Gromp, and then blue, leaving the buffs pretty much towards the end of each quadrant. That way I'm able to do a full clear, and then right after I do Scuttle, and then I do my Raptors and Krugs, and then I reset and I'm able to purchase either a Dirk, or I can even purchase a Warhammer or a pickaxe longsword. Pretty much when I go blue, I prefer to go Dirk, obviously, because you rush shield moves on blue, but I'll be doing a separate video on the best blue Kayn build at the moment, and soon they're going to be buffing blue Kayn yet again, which I think is crazy, and he's going to be really strong. The Xin Zhao matchup is pretty bad for Kayn in the early game because obviously Xin Zhao has a lot more presence. He can pretty much invade you, he can rush objectives, he can force more ganks. He just has more tempo than you early. He's doing Scuttle, so I'm not really going to look to contest it. There's not much I can really do at the moment. Even with my double longsword, I can't really contest unless I get someone to rotate. Maybe I can sneak it from him, but not a good idea, to be honest. Alright, just got hit by the W and then just gets eat on. It's not just a bad fight, but at least we got the Zen Flash, which is not the worst. Auto award there on accident. That was pretty bad. I think I'm fine here though. Got both their flashes and then I'm able just to walk out. Not the worst. And for the runes, same games you can go Dark Harvest on Red Kayn if they're squishy, but you're still going Red Kayn because they have like Frontline or something like that. So the runes are Conquer, Triumph, Tenacity, Last Stand, and then secondary Boots and Cosmic Insight. If they have a lot of melees, Conquer is better. If they have range and melee mix, then you can do Dark Harvest. I like Dark Harvest a lot too, especially with the build that I run. And then for the build that I'm currently running, the first build out of the two builds that I like, the first build is Eclipse, Shojin into Grudge, and then after that I build Edge of Night, and then like a GA or Death Dance, or maybe an MR item depending on the situation. This build I think is my personal favorite because I like building full damage and it gives me more control. You have to play a bit slower and you can't burst as hard as you would before they nerfed the Profane item, because recently Riot made it so that you can't Q and cast any items, so you can't use Yomus, you can't use trinkets, you can't use Profane Hydra, you can't use any Hydra item in Q animation, and that pretty much killed that item for Red Kayn and Blue Kayn, and it actually made it so that Blue Kayn's win rate and Red Kayn's win rate dropped really low. I'll be showing the win rates here on the screen. Build, it's you have to be a little bit more patient, kind of look for a pick. You can't really just all in, just pretty much frontline for your team because you're gonna be super squishy. So if you like being able to carry and doing a lot of damage, this build's gonna be perfect for you. If you like being more of a front line and just peel, then the second build is going to be a lot better for you. The second build is pretty much similar, but you got to change up a bit of the components. For the second build, you go Eclipse into Shojin, into either Death Van, Sterax, Maul, and then you can finish it off with a Visage or a GA, depending on what you're up against, AD or AP. But yeah, this build can change up the items a lot. You can also go Eclipse into Cleaver if they have a lot of armor stacking champions. Or you can do Eclipse Shojin into Death Dance, like I said, or Sterax. There's just so many ways you can mix up this build. It's pretty similar, but not the same, obviously, because you're building a lot more resistances in this build. But it's not a bad build, obviously. It's really good, and especially in the higher elos. I think the first build is better in the lower elos, and the second build is better in the higher elos. With the first build, you can go Dark Harvest. It fits it a lot better, but Conqueror is still fine with both. Alright, now that we have the builds out of the way, I'm gonna showcase, obviously, here in this game. I feel like this game, they have like a mix of damage, so obviously it's mostly AD, but I also need to survive from the burst from Syndra, obviously. So Sterak's is gonna be good third. And I like the cleaver against the Alistar and the Rek'Sai and the Xin Zhao because they build armor items like boots and stuff like that. Death Dance on Xin, so it's really good. There's also like a weird bug happening recently on Kayn. When you ult and you click Q, it just instantly queues after you ult, and it just like queues you into any direction your mouse is. It's like really weird. It's not like it just does it automatically without you even clicking. So I don't know if it's happened to anyone else, but if you guys have had the same thing happen to you guys, just comment down below and let me know. Also for the giveaway, I haven't forgotten about that yet. I had a couple of problems that happened with the cards that I purchased, so I'm pretty much waiting on a few things, but I'm still gonna pretty much message the winners in their comments. I'm gonna comment under their comments and let them know if they won or not. I will be doing more giveaways in the future though. I want to do bigger giveaways. I want to give out more skins, and just for pretty much all regions that I can purchase the cards for, obviously. But I do want to be able to give back to my community a lot more because I've been growing a lot recently, and I just want to make sure I just give back. It makes me feel good, and it's just pretty much really important for me. The one key thing about this playstyle is when you do finish that Eclipse off, make sure you're playing super aggressive. That Eclipse is actually a really big power spike. It's really cheap, and the shield's really strong, so you can take a lot of skirmishes early, and then that's how you like kind of snowball with this build. You like force more fights than you would on Kayn, because you know Kayn's weak early, but this power spike makes it so that you can actually push your strength a little more. Alright, so my team is fighting here. Maybe I can come and win this play for us. I'm really strong, but if I get to see it, I can pretty much get one shot by Syndra still, obviously. I think one key thing that pretty much killed Red Kayn for the entire start of the season is pretty much the CDR. They nerfed CDR a lot. Riot didn't want the game to have so much like cooldown reduction in the game, so they nerfed a lot of it and a lot of items, and Red Kayn is really reliant on cooldown reduction because, you know, obviously he needs to spam his abilities. He doesn't burst like Blue Kayn does, so he needs to be able to spam his rotations abilities so he can sustain and do damage. And by killing that, obviously pretty much killed the champion. One key thing with Red Kayn, if you are building the more tankier route, you need to be able to peel your backline. You can't really dive backline as hard as you would before. You need to be able to peel your backline, because if your backline dies, that's pretty much your big source of damage. Red Kayn doesn't do, like, he does a lot of damage, yes, but he doesn't do like enough damage to just like pretty much 1v5 anymore. So you need to be able to peel and understand when you have to peel and when you can dive. Some games you can dive the backline, some games you can't. In this game, I feel like I have to peel my Sivir a lot. I can dive though because they don't really have that much burst, but I think peeling would be more beneficial because this is a team comp that we need to front to back. And by front to back, I mean like obviously it means that you just kill whatever's in the front all the way till you get to the back line. Sometimes you can do dive, sometimes you have dive comps, which pretty much is Blue Kayn. Blue Kayn is pretty much a flanker and a slash diver. You just dive the enemy backline and kill them for your team. Mountain Dragon is a really good dragon to play for. Most dragons are pretty useless, but I think Mountain Dragon is really good. Inferno and the Hextech Dragon is really good as well. Those three dragons are really good. The buffs, with the HP buffs for Kayn, for the healing, were actually really good. I feel like you heal a lot more than you did before. Before I was like non-existent. Now you can actually pretty much sustain in fights and peel. Alright, so they're scattered, so that's why I was able to just pick their biggest threat, the Syndra, so it's actually really good for us. I do have my ultras, so I'm not in any danger of dying ever. I'm just gonna ult to just get more health so we can just do Baron. Looks like my team wants to push mid, so I guess we're not gonna do Baron, but we can just kill the Rek'Sai here real quick. And then we do Dragon. Dragon is really important for us though. We can pick this Rek'Sai, would be good. I don't think I should have flashed her, but it's fine. It's a free pick. Makes them less likely to want to contest anything anyways. I'd like to see if we can force something. Maybe a pick on the Xin Zhao or something. We've already gotten mid inhib, and I don't typically like getting mid inhib early, but it is 30 minutes, so it's not that bad. But usually with mid inhib, you want to look to push and push other side lanes and look for Baron and stuff like that. You don't want to just let them randomly farm the mid inhib supers for free. That just pretty much puts them back in the game and just does the opposite of what we're looking for. Alright, so we do get the Baron for free. The Zin's dead. I just need, my job is just to kill the Syndra here. There's no one that can really dive the backline. It's just Alistar and Rek'Sai, so they don't really need me. We have Jenna for that. As long as I can just zone the Syndra here, we just win. It's obviously not a 5v5. That's the only reason I'm diving the backline. And the Syndra is just really out of position. So obviously they're not going to need my help with Alistar and then Rek'Sai. I'm really strong, so I'm going to look to push this wave and just mess with them. Like to fight him, I have 11 seconds. I don't think they can burst me fast enough, so I can just pretty much bait them here. My team is also on their way. I'm out in 5 seconds. Alright, nice. Free kill. Wasn't able to get my ult off, but it's okay. My team should be able to wipe them here. We should be able to end the game. Yeah, we should be able to kill them all here. My team's doing actually a perfect job doing front to back, to be honest. They're not, Ari's not like randomly diving, she's peeling, which is good. Perfect. Server's build's a little bit weird, but it's okay. So this is pretty much a good solid build that you guys can run. I would swap the Cleaver for Shojin if they have like no real tanks. And then obviously you can do the first build I said with the Grudge after the Shojin. But it just pretty much depends on your playstyle. If you guys like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below of Red Kayn at the moment and what build are you guys running. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.